Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 o'clock Central Time. Today, I'm so honored to answer your questions and your concerns, and special today about how your voice and your vote will shape America and generations to come. If you struggle with finding your perfect candidate in this election, or if you found the perfect candidate, but you still think maybe it's not 100% the one, or if you cannot find at all your perfect candidate, presidential candidate, or other candidates at all, this is for you. I will outline for you and I will try to convince you, and I hope by the end of my presentation that you will be convinced that your voice and your vote will shape America and generations to come, that you are here for a purpose and you are here for in your area, wherever God put you, for a very specific reason, and your voice, it's powerful. Your vote will change America and will change generations to come. If you need more help, feel free to go to virginiaprodanbooks.com/contact. Tell us your need and we will help you even more. 2020, what a year. It's hard to describe, to put the positive, because there are some positive things that we have learned so far, and there are things that we never experienced before. COVID-19, riots, loss of jobs, companies that are going out of business, the death of a Supreme Court judge, and the new process that starts Monday for nominating and appointing the new Supreme Court judge. And of course, who can forget the election coming next month? Many of you told me that you feel discouraged, you feel scared, anxious, exhausted. No question. I feel many times like this, but most of all, you said that many of you feel alone. But you are not alone. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to train you for free. I'm here to help you in any way possible, that your voice, and you have a voice, and your vote and your life, it's important. You have a pulse, you have a purpose. So surround yourself with friends, with Christians, brothers and sisters, with conservative people that will not let the enemy to pull you into the pit, and will speak truth to you and to your life, and will help you push the lies of the evil one. Because when you are alone, you are vulnerable. When you are much easier to cave in, to give in, to fall into the deep, dark part of the despair. And honestly, few souls recover or return from that. So my advice to you, do not let the evil have an opportunity, but be strong and courageous. Come to our Facebook Live, encourage and surround yourself with Christians and other people. This election is so important. It's vital for our nation, and you are important in this process. Do you know that in 2016 election, about 100 million people who could have voted, chose not to? 25% of them said they did not because they didn't like the personalities or the policy of the candidates for president or for any other area in their specific area. And this is especially important in 2020. It's a critical election year for America's future. Voting is a privilege and an honor for many people around the world that they don't have that privilege and the honor. Voting is one of the most important impact and action that you can have on America, your life, the life of your family, and generations to come. In just few minutes on Tuesday in November 3rd, your vote and your voice will shape America and generations to come. I know that because I am a survivor of the atrocities of socialism, and I'm a living witness. I watch my parents acting politically correct in public and whispering their real feelings of the socialist government inside the home. I was surrounded by hopeless, fearful, and defeated people. And as a child, many times I asked myself why. I was told that during a very important election in Romania, like a very important election in America right now, back then in Romania, some people exposed to the benefits of socialists believed the lies, and others, as Romania was occupied by the Russian troops, were too fearful to vote in that election. And they watched Romania being changed from a capitalist country to a socialist country. And I was forced to grow up under the chains of socialism. I hope you are not allowing that to happen in America, and you are not going to give your children a life under the chains of socialism like I live. Picture this in socialism. Our voting ballot had only one candidate to vote for, the candidate approved by the socialist government. No other prospective candidate was allowed to run for an office. We had no freedom and no benefits. So please do not complain that you do not agree with personality or different things about a candidate. Do your homework. One of them is the one that has Christian values, and you can vote for that. In America, our government and our leaders are instituted by God through us, the people, via voting. Whatever our government authorities are, a God-given source of blessing or judgment against the nation depends on whether enough godly people vote. Well, many of you said and asked, how can I discern who to vote for? Well, the best option is, many of you said, personality of policy. Look at the candidate and see the biblical values that that person has, or if they have biblical disqualification. For example, if the candidate advocates the destructions of America as we know as a capitalist country and promotes socialism as a government control and elimination of God and the worship, closing churches, persecution of Christians, that should be a disqualification for that candidate. And you should know for sure what to vote for. Also, if the candidate favors abortion, extended abortion, and forcing all taxpayers to help pay for it, if the candidate redefines marriage or redefines what a person is, what a man is. If today I can be a woman and tomorrow, based on my decision, and I can be a man, and it's not only for us adults, but for children. If the candidate redefines the family, this year, maybe it's even the easiest way for us to choose a candidate, because each candidate has a different, very distinctive platform. It's almost the opposite. Capitalist versus socialist, godly versus ungodly. It matters which one is elected. Our job is to use our God-given discernment and make a decision based on God's word and values. And God can help each one of us. Your voice is important. You have a role and you have an amazing purpose for this election. You can show up on November 3rd but after make sure that you register. And to avoid the lines, you can do early voting. In Texas, where I reside, the early voting runs from November 13th to November 30th. And lastly, if you are consistently disappointed by the options on the ballot, consider getting involved earlier in the process and perhaps even become a candidate yourself. The minute that I became American citizen, I was involved in the political process. As a student at SMU, I became the representative of my at my class. I was also the senator for law school, representing law school in the Senate of the entire school. Later on, after I graduated from SMU, I was a representative for my district for years, and now I was appointed by the Governor Abbott of Texas to a special commission. So you can be involved too, and you can also vote and ask others to vote too. Before I became an American citizen, as I survived the socialist government, and I was exiled to America. And many of you maybe read the book, Saving My Assassin. You can read all the details and be encouraged that you as an individual have an amazing purpose, and God can use you for his glory to change America and to change the world. So before I became an American citizen, as I was exiled in 1988 to America, 1 year after I arrived here, the revolution started in Romania, and dictator Ceausescu was executed and socialist collapse. 6 months after socialist collapse in Romania, Romania had the first free election in 53 years of socialism. As a permanent resident of United States of America in 1990, to vote in that free election held in Romania after 53 years of socialism, I drove from Dallas, Texas to Washington, D.C. with my kids, and the youngest one was under 1 year old. Finally, I was able, traveling from Dallas, Texas to Washington, D.C. to vote and to choose for the first time in my life, voting for an election in Romania, to choose for a candidate of my own choice, because under socialists will impose who to vote for. Freedom is precious to those who don't have it. I should be dead, but God had other plans. Plans for me to wake up America, to sound the alarm, to warn you about the horrors of socialism. America has been a symbol of freedom. Free America is God's gift to mankind. My precious American, you and President Ronald Reagan protected my life as a dissident in socialist Romania. I am a living proof of your strong beliefs and of your powerful acts in defense of freedom. We can do it again. As Americans, we brought Christ and freedom to people all over the world. It's time for us to bring Christ and freedom back to America. History repeats itself unless we learn from it. This election is our rendezvous with destiny. We should not repeat my parents' mistakes. In the history of mankind, few generations had the honor to fight for freedom and for their country. America is in need of freedom. America's future is on the line. America needs us. The day of apathy are vanished. Generations to come depend on our vote for freedom and capitalism in this election. You have a voice, and your vote will shape America and generations to come. From the bottom of my heart, I'm asking you not to impose on your children society, the chains of socialists, as my parents and their generations, by being fearful, by not voting, changed Romania from a capitalist country to a socialist country. America is in need of freedom. America's future is on the line. America needs each one of us. You need to vote, and you need to vote for freedom. Vote for freedom and capitalists. Save America from socialists. Keep America the land of the free and the home of the brave. You are here for a purpose, and the purpose is to fight for freedom. We receive freedom in Christ, and we should live free. Socialism is a horrible society that will take away from you your freedom, your wealth, your guns, your right to worship God, and will make you a puppet in the hands of the government and the leaders. Do not believe the lies of free stuff, that it's nothing free. That freedom will put you in a land of lies and a prison land. Keep America the land of the free and the home of the brave, because freedom is precious. You have maybe been in another countries that don't have freedom, or you never experience the lack of freedom. I hope you take my words and take my experience as someone living under the chains of socialists and living now for more than 30 years under the blessings of freedom in America, and wants to warn you. You have a voice. You can vote and keep America free. If you need any help, any more help, please go to virginiaprodanbooks.com, and we will help you with all the needs that you might have. Until next Facebook Live, Wednesday and Saturday at 10 o'clock Central Time, be blessed, be strong and courageous, and remember your voice and your vote will shape America and generations to come. God bless you. Goodbye.